How to create an offer. Okay, creating an offer is a bit of a science. There's an art to it as well, but I have made a lot of offers, and I self-crowned as the offer king about 3 years ago when Russell Brunson asked me to. In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to make your offer more sexy. Very natural, easy ways to do that. If you don't do this, you have to sell harder, and it makes it more uncomfortable for the person who's listening to you. Let's dive in. Okay, about 3 years ago, I was hanging out with Russell Brunson and he was like, dude, if you don't become the offer guy, someone else we don't like is going to. And I was like, you want to be the offer guy? And so he's like, you need to be the offer guy. And I was like, why? He said, because every time you were one of the coaches in my coaching programs, so he would go sell these programs at ClickFunnels and then they're 18 grand and I would be one of the coaches that fulfilled on it. He said, no one geeks out about offer creation more than you do. And someone less credible will come up and probably swoop in. So that's how it happened, all right? So I'm excited to walk through some of these principles. It's not as hard to create an offer as you might be thinking. So I'm gonna walk through several ways to do that. It's very, very easy, but there's a fundamental thing you have to understand about offers and products before we go into it. Let's dive in, and then I'll teach you how to make offers that are sexy. Hey guys, I wanna start off by making a quick point here, and this is from Claude Hopkins. He's very famous for saying this quote. He said, 2 men came to me, each offering me a horse. Both made equal claims. They were good horses, right? Kind and gentle. A child could drive them. One man said, try the horse for a week. If my claims are not true, come back for your money. All right, follow me on this. All right, this is one of the keys to offer creation right here. The first says, try the horse for a week. If my claims are not true, come back for your money. The other man also said, try the horse for a week, but then he added, come and pay me then. I naturally bought the second man's horse. Fascinating. Now let's think about this for a second. Same product, right? 2 horses, product is the same. Almost the exact same horse, he even says. But the offer is different. You have to understand that products and offers are not the same thing at all. And it's one of the major reasons people suck at creating offers. They don't understand the difference, all right? Claude Hopkins is saying there was the same horse, and what was the offer? The offers were different. One man said you basically get a 7-day money-back guarantee. The other man is saying it's a 7-day trial. Don't pay me until the end. Fascinating. I naturally bought the second man's horse. This is one of the paramount reasons that people do not understand how to make sexy offers on the internet. Products and offers are not the same thing. So what I'm going to teach you how to do is how to turn your product into an offer. That is the job of a marketer, and it is really one of the first big reasons why we learned how to sell really well. A couple of years ago, I was at an event, and I was sitting at this event, similar to an event space like ours right here. You guys ever, like, when the MC stands up and he's like, you guys excited to be here? How many of you guys have been to a live event, right, watching this? You guys excited to be here? Take 2 minutes, turn to your neighbor and introduce yourself. If they'd be like, I hate that. I'm sure you hate that as well. It drives me nuts. I'm so glad I played ball, though, because the guy that was sitting next to me was Dan Kennedy's ghostwriter. And if you are in our space at all, you've heard of Dan Kennedy. He's like the Michael Jordan of yesteryear's gurus. Awesome guy, you know, absolutely incredible. Set a lot of precedents for how we market today. Well, he was the ghostwriter for Dan Kennedy. And what he had an offer creation formula. We started becoming buds, basically, and he had an offer creation formula. And this is the offer creation formula that he put together. Offer equals, so I want you to write this down, okay? Very simple. Core product plus value add. That's it. Even right there by his own formula, core product plus value add. I know my writing sucks, all right? Core product plus value add. So how many have a product right now if you're watching this? You probably do. You probably have that part done. But what is value add? Value. What is value? Value is nothing more. Let me just show you right here. Value equals usefulness. You want to add value to somebody's life, become more useful, right? That's why even during a pandemic, things like comedy didn't die. It's not like education or entertainment died, right? Value equals usefulness. So if we look back at the formula of what it takes to sexy offer, what you need first is a product. What you have to figure out, and that part, honestly, after a bit is kind of easy. It's a formula. But how do you add value to the product to turn it into an offer? That's what I'm going to show you in this video. 3 simple ways. Let's dive into the real stuff. All right, so one of the simplest ways to turn your product into an offer, and this is probably the most common in the internet marketing space, is to have your product, and we say, how can I be useful, right? How can I add value? How can I increase my usefulness? What we do is we add more products, right? A lot of times we'll say, if you buy now, you're gonna get this, plus this bonus, plus this, plus this. That's a common way to do it. And we're like, here's a bonus, right? Plus another bonus, plus another bonus, plus another bonus. And I call it the more method. It's not bad, but sometimes it can overwhelm the buyer. So we have a product, and we add in all these ways to be additionally useful, that is one of the easiest ways to transition into an actual offer. Now, you're the only person selling that. I want you to think about the power of what I'm talking about. How many of you watching this video now might be selling a product that's slightly similar to other people? How do you compete against that? This is one of the easiest ways. While your product might be the exact same as many other people. So you guys who are in affiliate marketers, and I know you follow me. I know a lot of you are in network marketing. A lot of you follow me. You have no control over that product. Nothing at all. You can't have any say in the branding. You don't choose the price. You are literally selling the exact same thing as everybody else. How do you outcompete? I do it by adding additional bonuses. And now I'm the only person selling that offer. There's no one else that sells what I sell. And in that, I take a step out of the rest of competition. I'm not even competing anymore. I'm the only guy that sells it. Another great way, and there's a ton of ways, to turn your product into an offer is to just add a guarantee. Tim Ferriss in the book The 4-Hour Workweek gave an example of how he likes to give guarantees. Now, everyone does a 30-day money-back guarantee, right? They say, here's the product, and if you don't like it for any reason, refund in 30 days, and we'll give you your money back. That's pretty common. It's also boring, man. Everyone does it. So what he decided to do was create what's called a lose-win guarantee. And the lose-win guarantee method, this is what he did. He had a supplement, and the supplement, instead of being a 30-day money-back guarantee, he said, if you don't like this, if it does not work within 1 hour, it was a supplement, of the first dose, I'll give you 110% money-back guarantee. Wait a second, he loses 10% cash? Yep. And what happened? The result is that his sales tripled in the next month. And the refund rate, which is the standard 13%, dropped to like 5%. Huh? Aren't you afraid that someone would take advantage of it and you owe 10% extra than what they paid to everyone and suddenly you have to close doors? Yeah, that's not actually what happens. Most people are honest. What happens is when you give a lose-win guarantee that is so strong, you actually end up causing more confidence in the buyer, so much confidence that basically it destroys any false belief they have in buying, and your sales skyrocket through the roof. This lose-win guarantee is one of the best ways to get people who are on the fence to buying to just take that extra jump. Surprise, I'm really close now. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell. You guys know we put these videos out every day, and what I just taught you is more valuable than most people's paid courses. Did you know that? A lot of this comes from a lot of research and things that I have put together as well over the last 3 years, launching near 70 products of my own, and an additional 100 of clients, okay? It's a lot. This is all I do. I sleep, eat, and breathe it. Please put in the comments down below what your favorite part has been. I'd love to see it so we can make more of that. All right, guys, this is the easiest, most valuable method to increase your sales and turn your product into an offer ever. Effective brother ever. All right, it starts with me when I was in college. It's probably product try number 8. And I was on product try number 8, and what was happening was, you guys know that zone where everyone asks, is this the product that's gonna work? You know what I mean? Put in the comments if anyone's ever asked that. And they're loved ones, they mean well, but they're like, is this the entrepreneurial venture that's gonna work? And what are you doing? On the inside, you're right. On the inside, you're like, I don't know, right? You're like freaking out. I have no idea. I've been trying products for the last, I doubt it if you're watching this video that you are on your first attempt, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what was going on. And on the outside though, on the inside I was freaking out. On the outside I was like, yeah, I am the man, I got it, I'm the bee's knees, son, right? Of course this is the one that's gonna work, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what was going on. And we were doing, I was doing dollar menu date nights and things like that. I was coming out of one of my college classes and I had my backpack on and I was walking down the street and I was in the Army, you walk fast. So I was walking fast and this scene unfolded in front of me. There was a gentleman sitting on a bench off in the distance and I could tell he was an older gentleman and he was wearing this very nice suit, reading something. You know, I could see his watch was more than I made the year before or whatever, right? It was just wearing wealth. The guy was very wealthy. As I'm walking, right, clouds kind of part cliché-ly and this limo pulls up. Limo pulls up right along the side of this guy sitting at the bench. And this dude with unnaturally straight posture comes out of the driver's seat, you know, just like goes and opens up the front door, right? And does this little half bow to wait for the guy to get in. And I was like, ugh. And the guy gets up, he stands and he walks and he sits down inside the limo. And as the driver goes to close the door, something in me said, run. So I ran. I sprinted. Dude, I threw my hand in the door as they closed it, which hurt. But I was like, out of breath. I was like, hey. Once they realized I wasn't there to hurt them, I was like, hey, how did you get this? How did you do this? It's not like I'm not trying. And you watching right now on YouTube, right? You're probably gonna say, it's not that I'm not trying. It's not that I'm not, I was literally walking down Main Street, right? Trying to sell my thing. How did you get this? I'm sure everybody asks you. And the guy was holding a book, right? And he like exhales. He goes, yeah, everyone asks me. I said, how do you do it? Tell me. And what he did is he was holding a book. And the book, he holds the book and he closes it and he hands it to me. And this is the book. And he goes, if you will read this book for 20 minutes a day and apply what you learned for 40 minutes a day, you will not recognize your life in 4 years from now. Don't you wish this had a cover on it? Okay, all right? And I was like, oh my gosh. Guys, that was 4 years ago. I did what he said. And I made more money than I could ever think of. All right? The author lets me put out this book. So I want you in the comments to be ready, okay? The author lets me put this book out. And what he does is I'm allowed to give the book out to various audiences, but I've become friends with the author. And so I can give out the book. I am a slow reader. You might be as well. I'm not bad at reading. I'm a slow reader because I get too many thoughts. So I made the audiobook. So I'm going to give you the book. You get the audiobook. And then my team and I made a checklist of each chapter so you can kind of see what it is that I see. All right? And then every 6 months, we let the first 20 people that I want to let in come join he and I in his living room. So I'm going to let you guys do that, okay? So in the comments, actually in the description, watch, because there's a link in there. I want you guys to go to the first 20 of you at the top of every 6 months. You guys get to come with the author and I. So you get the book, get the audiobook, get the checklist, and then I'm going to drop the link. So in the link down below, go for it. Oh, son! I've never read that book. Made a book. Now, I bring this up for a very key reason. I have told this on stage. There was an NFL Super Bowl winner that rushed the stage once when I told that. That has been called the fake book story. It is now internet famous. And you know why when you're not selling well? Because you think that the product, how many guys tried to go buy it? Tell me right now in the comments. How many guys in the comments tried to go and in the description you're like, where's the link? Okay? Now let's recap for a second here. It's the only story I tell. It's a blatant lie. Russell Brunson reached out to me and goes, dude, you got to stop telling a fake book story. And I was like, yeah, but I'm sick of people thinking that the product is why someone buys. Why do you buy? It's not the product. Did I tell you about the chapters? Do you, 2 enthusiastic thumbs up review on the back. But so many of you don't go sell because you're like, I haven't finished my product yet. I don't have my 2 enthusiastic thumbs up on the back. The reason purchasing happens and the reason your offers are sexy is because of the sales message. The easiest, most lucrative way to turn your product into an offer is sales message. If your sales message sucks, so does your offer. Okay? Don't kill me. I've had death threats around this. I've sold hundreds of copies of other people's fake books I've never read. It's the same story. It's all about the old dude. Now, why does it work? It works because I relate with you. How many of you are not on try 1? I wasn't either in the story. I was on try 8. How many of you have done dollar menu date nights? Totally crafted on purpose to totally jack with your head. But you will never not experience a sales message the same way. And you will never create a product the same way. Why did I go through 34 product tries over 5 years? Because I thought the product is what people bought. They don't buy the product, they buy the sales message. And until you get that in your head, you're going to remain broke and your offer is going to suck. Okay, so stick with me. Tell me in the comments below. This has commonly been internet famous now, called the fake book story. It's all over the place now. But I keep telling the story. Right? So you want to turn your product to an offer, tell a good sales message. Don't lie. I do that as a point to show you I've never read the book. It's not about that. I didn't tell you about the chapters, but you still want it. Why? What caused the buying emotion? Story. Hey guys, I know I jacked with your head on this one, but it's for a whole purpose and point. You're welcome. Just changed your life. Right? Humble brag. Hey guys, in the comments down below, actually in the description, there is a link to something though that I promise is real, yourfinaloffer.com. It's a free summit that basically what it'll do is help you see how a lot of us internet marketers do make millions of dollars on the internet with our offers. Not only our offers, but what are the traffic strategies we use to get repeat sales. It's totally free. Go to yourfinaloffer.com. It's in the description below.